So where's this going? I saw a most disturbing video out of the United Kingdom. It's a pregnant woman who's about to have a baby. She's in the hospital. She's about to give birth. And it's not about vaccination. It's about a PCR test, which have lately been discredited by the CDC, the kind where they jam something up your nose. I've never had that, and I never will. Listen to this video. Listen for the words. They talk about, is the baby your property, or is it the property of the state? They talk about calling social services on this family. They talk about whether or not the family can even leave the hospital. Take a listen. There's a British accent there, so you got to strain if you're not used to it. Take a listen.
Happens, right or wrong, because it is my property.
So you will, while the baby's in your abdomen.
What, so you're saying me once the baby comes out, it's not my property no more? Yes, it is. I gave birth to it. It's got my blood running through its veins.
Okay, Stacey, I'm just trying to explain to you.
Well, you're not helping me. You see what you're doing? Right, now look at
now you're stressing.
Oh, no. I'm going to stop you now because I don't want to hear no more of it.
Okay, well, this is my duty.
Yes, and you've done your duty because you told me about 5 bloody times, and I'm sick of hearing it. I don't need the stress. Once again, oh look, you're stressing me out. I haven't leaked all day. Now I'm leaking. Do you really think I need this bullshit about COVID and I've got a risk of losing my baby or possibly something?
Exactly. You're more worried about the COVID than the baby.
No, about this COVID than anything else.
Do you know what, Stacey? Let's get our stuff and get out of here now, because this is pissing me off. Are we signing ourselves out now, Stacey? Because they're not COVID testing my baby. End of. So they said they're going to get security if we don't apply now. This is wicked. Do you know this is going viral? Yeah, this is disgusting.
I am sitting outside all day long, so I am not in your company because I know how you all feel. You know, I know you don't want me here, really. I know you don't want to have to do what you've got to do because of this stupid compliant crap. But I'm sorry, when it comes to care for a patient or something, you've got to understand and listen to what they're saying. You can't tell me that you get to give me the say of what happens once my baby's born. I don't think so. I don't think so. Do you know, I even spoke to a police officer, people like that.
We spoke to doctors and nurses and everything.
You can't do nothing to my baby without my permission. So can you, I'll stop you there. All right. End of.
So just so that I'm clear, this will be documented in your notes that we hold.
Okay. This is now going to go viral to other nurses and social services as well.
We will let the neonatal team that we've had.
We already know our feelings. We already know our deal.
And we will also
about COVID testing the baby.
Ask our safeguarding team.
That's fine. That's how I bring them on. Okay.
You're so good, are you people?
It reminds me of a terrible, terrible case in the UK where a baby, a young child was dying, and the parents wanted to take him to Italy for a chance at a different therapy. And the British authorities literally would not let the parent take the child out of the hospital. They basically sentenced the child to die. Perhaps the Italian medical therapy was too experimental, but as we can see, the whole world is now being subjected to the great experiment of an unapproved vaccine. There's something deeply wrong about a state-run medical system that treats you as the property of the state as opposed to NHS. I think that stands for National Health Service. But they're not your servants, are they? They're your master. And I don't remember the details of that case of the British child who was forced to stay and die. I remember reading some American wag saying that's why we have the Second Amendment. It's true that if your child was being sentenced to die by some prissy, punctilious public health busybody, that's so appalling, that's basically them sentencing your child to die. I'm not saying it would be proper to be violent, but if you went in and grabbed your child and took your child, I don't know what the right answer is. I'm trying to remember what that American pundit said. He basically said this is why we have the Second Amendment. And I don't think he meant to storm it and release the baby. It's not that. I think the point of the Second Amendment is not that you're shooting at authority. I don't think it's that very much. I think it's precisely the opposite, that you wouldn't have anyone in governmental authority who would dare to psychologically feel comfortable saying we're sentencing your child to die, or your child is not your property, your child is our property, we're going to stick a big swab up your newborn's nose. Yeah, Alfie Evans, thank you. British toddler Alfie Evans, not allowed to leave the country. Like that little baby. I don't even want to read that story anymore. It gets me too upset. That's such a terrible story. For those of you who have a stronger stomach than me, Google Alfie Evans. I don't even want to think about it. They sentenced that child to die. And this US pundit said, he wasn't saying Second Amendment is so we go into the hospital and free the baby, military style. He was saying, I think, you would never try that on an independent and population that has the Second Amendment. The government would never dream of being so tyrannical unless they're dealing with powerless sheep. And I've felt that feeling again, the Alfie Evans feeling again in that maternity ward.
Oh, hi. That was a clip from our Rebel Daily live stream. It's hosted Monday, Wednesday, and Friday by the big boss man, Ezra Levant, and Tuesdays and Thursdays by me, Sheila Gunn Reid, and my good friend, David Menzies. On the live stream, we talk about the news of the day, we show some videos, and we interact with our viewers at home. We stream at 12 noon Eastern, 10 Mountain. You can find us on YouTube, Rumble, Super U, and Odyssey.